Hi there. Today's video is about how I did this look with the most expensive products I have in my collection. If you would like to see what they are, follow along. Hi, I'm Audrey, 57 years old. I live in Northern Ontario, Canada. Welcome if you're new. Thanks for coming back if you did. And let's get into today's video. We're gonna do a get ready with me with my most expensive makeup products. I already did my brows. I don't have expensive brow products. I use the NYX Clear Brow Glue, which is a drugstore product. I use a Sephora brow pencil. And today I used the Epic Brow from Bodyography. Starting with a primer, this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum. This is in the shade Juice Boost. I was actually gifted this from the brand. This is the most expensive glowy primer that I have. It retails on Sephora Canada for, I believe it's $46. So I'm just gonna put it right on my face like this. It's gorgeous. It looks, see how dark it looks? It's not. It's not dark. And I'm using the most expensive brush set that I own is from Spectrum Collections. This is the collab with Ash K Home. These are some gorgeous brushes. I actually have a code for Spectrum Collections that I'll pop in the comments if you want to go and use it. It is an affiliate code, so if you use it, I do get commission. I'm going to take this brush. This is it's like a flat brush, but it has a stipple on the end to blend out this primer. But see how it looks dark, but as soon as you blend it out, it's just gives you glow, which is what you're looking for in a glowy primer. I'm using my mirror over here. You guys know the drill. I might actually have to go pop this contact out and put it back in because I don't know if I can get through this whole thing with it driving me crazy. Ooh. I'll be back. Okay, so primer is on. I rinsed my contacts. We'll see how it goes. The next thing I'm going to use is this Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. I just looked up the price of this and I still can't believe that I paid this much. This was $93. Yes, it's a beautiful foundation. Yes, I really love it. Do I think it's a purchase that's necessary? No. I'll be completely honest. The answer to that is no. You don't need a $93 foundation. If you want one, beautiful. Have one, I love it. Whatever, you do you. I got this because I wanted to try it and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Anyway, the next brush I'm using is the number 4. It's this angled sort of, it's got an angle here. So I'm gonna get all of this, whatever's in this, on my hand, and I'm gonna start just putting that on my face. It's a very light coverage, so I need more. Like, it's just not the coverage that I normally would go for, and I'm actually changing my mind about how I put it on. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna dab it all over my face and then blend it out with the brush. I mean, it's a gorgeous foundation. Listen, for $93, it better be, right? Don't get me wrong. It is beautiful. So yeah, it is a light coverage. I would call this a very medium coverage. It doesn't really cover up like my age spots at all, which is, I mean, I don't care. I mean, I care, but not to the point where it's, you know, it doesn't really taint my opinion of the foundation. It's not meant to be a full coverage foundation. Simple as that. That's why we have concealer. But it is beautiful. And for mature skin, it's really, really nice because it's very light and glowy. So yes, it is a beautiful foundation for sure. The next thing I have, and to be honest, this is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, sorry, from NARS. I wear the shade Vanilla. This, I believe, is $43, and this is worth the money. This concealer is incredible. I love it. It's perfect for under the eye, especially for more mature skin, and it's also really good for spot concealing as well. I'm going to do a little bit right here. I've got a couple little things happening there on my eyebrow. So brush number 12, same idea as the foundation brush, just smaller. Really like it. I'm going to use that to tap out the concealer, covering up the spots. So yeah, this concealer is beautiful. I'm going to use the brush for here, the outer corner. I might do a bit more after I finish the eye, just on the outer corner here. For the inner corner, the tools that God gave us, I try to go into this part right in here because skin is super thin there and shows a lot of the color from underneath, like the veins and the stuff like that. So yeah, this is a beautiful concealer, and I would definitely repurchase that and have it for always. Next is bronzer. This one I bought because I wanted to try it. This is the Chanel cream bronzer that is everybody goes bananas for. I believe this came to around 90 Canadian dollars, I would say, something like that. I would not, this is not worth the $90. I have cream bronzers that are just as nice and do just the same job as this does for like an eighth of the price of this. It's a gorgeous bronzer. Please don't think that I don't think it's gorgeous. I love it. I think it's amazing. But I don't think anybody needs, I don't think it's worth the money. How about that? It's not up to me to decide what anybody needs. I don't think it's worth the extra, you know, $50 or even $60. You can get a really good bronzer for under $20. So this one was, what did I say? I think it came to 90 something Canadian dollars. It's not. It's good. It's great. It's beautiful. You don't need to have a 90. This bronzer is not necessary for my collection. I have it. I'm glad I tried it because I heard all the hype. I wanted to try it. It's not better than any of my other bronzers. That's all I can say. I didn't talk to you about the brush that I used for my bronzer. This is the number 5 from the Ash K Home collab with Spectrum. It's an angled brush, but I use this brush. I'll use this brush with my blush as well. So for blush, I have the Rose Ink, the Lip and Cheek color, and this is in the shade Heliotrope. This is $43.50 on Sephora. Do I think it's worth it? Yes. Do I think there are other cream blushes that are less expensive that are just as good? Also, yes. This is a gorgeous color. The formula is really nice too. Just getting it all into the brush. It's a really pretty, like, peachy shade. Really nice for spring. Yeah, this is one that is, if you're looking for a really good cream blush, I would definitely look into this. Lots of shades. I have a couple shades. I have this one, and I have the shade Azalea. This is super pretty, but you see, it's very glowy as well, which I really like. Again, products that have sort of multiple things in them. So glowy, it's blush, you know, maybe I don't need as much highlighter, that kind of thing. Very pretty. Rose Ink, Lip and Cheek color. This is the shade Heliotrope. Worth the money. Again, please remember these are only my opinions. If you don't want to spend a lot of money on makeup, you do not have to. There's a lot of great products that are not expensive. I just have a huge collection of makeup that needs to get used. Some of it's really expensive, some of it's not. Today's video is about the expensive stuff. So yeah, anyways, moving on. Now I'm going to set this cream with a powder. This is another very expensive blush. This is the Dior Rosy Glow blush. This is in the shade 004, which is coral, so it's a very pretty soft peach color. This retails for $55 on Sephora. I'm going in with the number 9 brush, which is a super fluffy, round, like just a round, regular old brush. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to go very lightly into this. It's so pretty too. I don't know if you can catch how pretty that is. And I'm just going to set that cream on my cheeks with this. Doesn't take away the glow because, again, rosy glow. There we go. So yeah, that one, you know, to be completely frank with you, I don't use a lot of powder blushes. So I have very few, and I have that one, I have another one from Dior, I have a couple of other ones. I mostly use cream blushes. I find cream products are just better for mature skin. But if you were looking for a good powder blush, that would be one I would pick. I can't speak to the ones that are a little less expensive because I don't have any. Because I don't use them that much. I'm going back in with my foundation brush here just to kind of smooth out around the edges of this, because I'm feeling like it's looking a little bit not blended. Okay. All right. So anyway, as I was saying, I don't have a lot of powder blush. The ones I do have are expensive, so I don't have a lot to compare to. Again, mature skin, I feel like I try to stay away from powder products for my face. Setting things with powder products, maybe. Not so much just using them straight out. However, that's just me. Now, the next thing I'm going to start to work on is the eye. So let's get into that. I have the Pat McGrath Celestial Nirvana. This is such a gorgeous palette. This is, I would say, one of the most expensive palettes in my collection. Look how beautiful. Like, the color story here is great. It's got everything that you would need to do a look. So you can go from natural tones. You've got natural tones in here. You've got jewel tones in here. So it's kind of a one-size-fits-all type of palette. This palette retails on the Pat McGrath site for $109 US. That would be probably between 120 and 130 Canadian. Again, do you need a $120 eyeshadow palette? No. Do you want to have one? If you want one, buy one. I wanted it, I bought it. I have a pretty big collection of makeup. Some of it's very expensive, some of it is not. I wanted to have this. I believe I got this on sale. If you were to, I've had this for a little bit now, so I can't say for sure how much I paid for it. The shadows are very pigmented. They are, they'll last a long time. They shouldn't, you know, powders, do they go bad? I don't know. I'm an enthusiast. Like, I'm not a makeup artist. I don't know all the rules and all the things about, you know, makeup, but I only use this makeup on myself too. So it's not like I'm out there using it on other people. So yeah, I've had it for a while, so I don't know how much I paid for it, but if you were to go buy it now, it's $110 US on the Pat McGrath site. So today I am going to go, I'm wearing a blue shirt, so I might do something in jewel tones. I think I'm going to use this is speaking to me right now. There's a navy blue right here, and there's this light taupe color. I think I'm going to do something with those. Yeah. That's what I think I'm going to do anyways. This is a number 16 brush. It's flat and dense. See the shape of that? I'm going to use this. I'm going to take that taupe color and I'm going to start putting that, using that as a transition. I'm going to just start putting that right in, just in the crease and above, and then out this way. Just like this. I'm going to use all the real estate that you have. This is a very, very, very pretty shade. These shadows are very pigmented. I listened to me saying very 1,000 times. These shadows are very pigmented, but easily blendable. That's the key. I mean, the thing about having an expensive eyeshadow particularly, especially because using the powder formulas, when you have something that's a bit more expensive and a bit more, these are made in, I believe this is made in Italy, so it's made in Italy, yeah. So they're pigmented, but the blend comes easier. Like you can actually move, you can move it around. It doesn't get patchy. I don't have any eye primer on, and that blended out kind of like pretty dreamy. And for me, again, makeup enthusiast, not a professional. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go back in and do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just sort of lightly tapping into the pan, like very lightly, and then I have to tap off the excess. And then I use a mirror, and I'm really just pressing that into, and do you see it's a bit darker already, but if I just keep tapping that out and blending it out, that's what I mean by the shadows being blendable and you know, kind of getting what you pay for. And I think that's sort of with everything, right? If you spend a bit more money, then you don't have to keep buying it over and over again. But, you know, you do you. That is the transition shade. I'm going to go in with which brush? This is the number 22. It's like a fluffy brush, but small. I'm going to take that into that navy, into this blue shade. Whoops. This blue one right here. So just be prepared, because again, as I said before, shadows are super pigmented. So there, I tap that in a few times. You can see the color there. Trust the process. I'm going to start on the outer corner, and I'm going to just blend this shade. You can see the loose skin, etc., the things I'm dealing with. Just going to blend this into the color that's already there. Sort of tapping and circular motions and blending it together and, you know, bringing it out. And again, as I said earlier, I will likely go back in with some concealer and tighten up that line. You can see I'll have to, so again, trust the process. Back into the eyeshadow, and now we're gonna go into this side. Like, I could really go full ham and make this really dark. That's not like the goal for today. The goal for today is just to have it so it's blended and pretty. Not that the going really dark wouldn't be, but it's not what I want today. And I'm just really kind of going back and forth, pressing this in. I'm going to take a little what's left on the brush and just go underneath the eye like this. You can see how the shadows go. Look how far it goes, because I've used a ton of it on my eye already. Now what I want to do is I just want to blend around the edges, and just to kind of blend them together. Brush number 14. So see this fluffy brush right here? I'm going to take that and I'm going to just go around the edges and just kind of blend everything around the edges. So that it's yeah, I kind of like that. I am going to go back into that taupe. It looks so much lighter in the pan, honestly. I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to just take that around the edges of this blue, just really lightly. Just kind of like that. I like that. I watch makeup artists on here, and then we see pictures and how they blended their eyeshadow just in such an incredible way. It just looks so amazing, and I do try to copy it. I'm not always successful, but I kind of like this. I kind of like where this went today. This eye look. Kind of like it. Now I want just a little bit of shimmer, and there's this shimmer right here. It's hard to tell on the camera. There's a couple of other shimmers that I feel like the glitter part of the shimmer would be bigger, where this one looks very, very fine. So this is the one I'm going to go in with, and I'm going to just use my ring finger, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going onto I'm not going all the way into the corner, but onto the inner third. You see how that's very pigmented. Even the shimmers in this palette are super pigmented. I just wanted a little bit of something, and I'm going to use my other hand just so for the angle. It's just something that I do. I'm going to tap that in there as well. Yeah, I like it. So just a little bit of shimmer in the inner corner. Okay, next is eyeliner. This is the Artist Color Pencil from Makeup Forever. These run $32.50, Sephora. Excellent. There's like I don't know, a million colors. I don't know. There's probably 15. They're multi-use. You can use any of these pencils. You can use on your lips, eyes, cheeks, eyebrows, everywhere. So yeah, this is the black I'm going to use today, just because I feel like it. I don't normally wear black eyeliner. Sometimes black eyeliner can be a little bit harsh for a mature skinned person, but I think if you do it right, I have such extra skin and puffiness here, so I'm not even going to try to go over that. I'm just going to build up this dark color right there, like right in this part right here. I'm going to try to build up that color, and then get as close to the lash line as I possibly can. Right in here. Always go all the way to the inner corner. That turned out pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to do the other side. Okay, that eyeliner done. I kind of relaxed my eye a little bit so I could bring the wing out just a bit. The reason I did that is if I stayed too much just underneath right in here, it kind of drags my eye down. I don't want to do that because, you know, as we age, our faces sort of get dragged down enough, if you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to bring this wing out a little bit. It's not an easy thing to do to make it not look there. I think that's pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. I believe I'm going to take, I have this brush. This is the number 13. It's flat. See how flat it is? I'm going to take that. I'm going to take my concealer, and I'm going to just clean up a little bit around the edges. Putting a little bit of the concealer on the back of my hand. Not much, just a smidge. I'm just going to get that into this brush. I'm just going to clean up a little wee bit around the edges. Just gives it that little bit of polish. You know what I mean? Just like a little bit of polish, which is okay. And again, I'm going to do this side as well. Not very much. Just a teensy tiny bit. What do we think? Like it? I like it. I have a few expensive mascaras in my collection. My most expensive is this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Retails at our local Shoppers Drug Mart for around $45, but this one I have in brown, and I want to use black today. So next, my most expensive black mascara is the Lancome Lash Idole. This is kind of the GOAT of mascaras. I didn't buy it at when I first started this account and like my Instagram and things like that, and people were like, oh, you know, Lancome Lash Idole, it's just amazing, it's fantastic. But they also said it was a little bit difficult to get off. I don't love that. When I have a mascara, I need to be able to get it off of my eyelashes at night without like fighting and scrubbing. I don't want to do that. So I did end up trying it, and I ended up loving it. Because with the right product, like if you use a cleansing balm to take for your first cleanse, to take your makeup and SPF and everything off, it comes off quite easily. It is a beautiful mascara. It lengthens the lashes. It keeps them separated. It just is amazing. And yes, would I spend the money on this again? I would absolutely. I actually have another one waiting to be opened when this one runs out, but I want it in a giveaway of all the things, which is so cool. So I'm trying to be careful, and I'm blinking onto the wand to get a little bit of extra in there. But really, it's such a pretty mascara. And for me, the price, yes, it's expensive. Would I continue to have it in my collection? Yes. For me, I love this mascara. It doesn't transfer. It stays on really well. It doesn't clump. It gives you everything you want without the things that you don't. I really like it. Most expensive highlighter that I have is from KJH brand. So the reason, so when you buy this, you get three things. There's a serum, like a glow serum that you can add. There's the actual highlighter, and you get a brush. So with all three things, I believe it was around $100 Canadian. It's gorgeous. Do I need a $100 highlighter? Absolutely not. I have two of them. I have two shades. Would I buy more? No. It's a beautiful highlighter. I really love it. I would not buy more because I have a lot of highlighters and I don't need one that's this expensive. It's beautiful though, so have a gander. This is in the shade light pink. I didn't put any of the serum in. I'm just going in directly with the, but do you see the glow right here? How pretty this is? Just going directly into the, and I always put a little bit on my nose and a little bit on my lip. I do love it. I do love it. I went a little bit too far, so I need to take my foundation brush. Just kind of, not least is going to be the lipstick. I would say the most expensive lipstick I own is from Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Divine Rose. It came with a lip liner and a lipstick. The lipstick alone, I believe, is about $50, but I got this as a package. The packaging is, the component's beautiful, the shade is beautiful. I really do love this lipstick. Do I need a $53 lipstick? Absolutely not. Will I buy another one? Absolutely not. I have enough lipsticks and I don't need any more. First of all, I don't need any more lipsticks. Not gonna buy any more. Well, I think the only one that I would spend any significant amount of money on would be more MAC lipsticks. But again, I've got enough that I don't need anymore. My lips are very oddly shaped. So this one, this side goes more straight down and this side is more rounded. I try to adjust them with a lip liner. doesn't usually work very well. Same thing happens on the bottom. This one goes straight out and this one goes kind of rounded. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. So I think I got it even. I think. Going with the lipstick. This is a stunning lipstick. I love this formula. I do love this color. I'm glad I have it. But I don't believe that things need to be this expensive. It really is super pretty. Super duper pretty. Going in with some loose setting powder now. This is the Danessa Myricks Evolution powder. This is in the pink. It was out of stock, but I have it, but I actually just got notification that it's back in stock. It has like a mesh in it, which I love. And it retails for 34 Canadian dollars on Sephora. So I'm going into the mesh, and then I'm going to just kind of just press it in to the puff, and I'm just going to strategically place that in the spots where I don't want to be glowy. Powder is not generally a good friend to mature skin. This powder is incredible. It is so finely milled that you don't really even see it on the skin. But you, again, very strategic. So that's the key, is being strategic. For me, on my mature skin, have to be strategic with powder. I don't use it a lot. Today I felt like I needed it. So, sorry. So today I felt like I needed it, so I did use it. That's me done. I'm gonna put everything in the caption. I think I'll link the products individually with their Canadian prices, if that's something. The last time I did a video, I linked it on with to my ShopMy page, which I will also do, but I'm gonna link individually each product so that you can go to Sephora or the website if they're not on Sephora. Let me know what you prefer. If you like them all in one place, I'll continue to use my ShopMy link. It's an affiliate link. I would get commission if you bought stuff from there. Or if you prefer them individually listed out. Then you'll be able to see each of the individual prices. I'll also link the brushes, and I'll put my my code. I get 20% off. Or you get 20% off, and I get a commission if you use my code from Spectrum. That is it. This is a face with my most expensive products that are in my collection. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do all the YouTube things, subscribe, like, notifications, all that jazz, and have a great day. See ya.